listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It is really a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. 64 degrees going up to a high of 74, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, that's my new intro. It's so funny, like this is my third intro, and I keep changing it because the show keeps evolving. And so every time the show evolves, I have to change the intro, and then I change the person who does the intro. So that's like my third intro provider right there. He's pretty cool. He say Gwinnett funny. They say Gwinnett. He said good morning Gwinnett. But I like it. I like the music. I like the beat and everything. So it's kind of cool. So I'll probably be doing that a little bit more often. Like as time go on, when I want something new and fresh, I'll probably get a new intro. But hey, glad to be here with you this morning. Today is National Fudge Day, y'all. Now here's the thing. I'm not telling you to go out there and eat a whole lot of fudge. I'm just telling you what today is. Now I know some people love fudges. Fudge is too, I don't know, it's too thick for me. Like I eat it sometimes. Like my aunt makes it. She makes it from scratch and it's good, but it's just so thick. Like, you know, so I probably won't be eating any fudge. Like I like chocolate, but that's like too much chocolate and it's so thick. Like you can't make a thin fudge. You got to make a thick fudge and it's too thick. And sometimes it's too sweet. So, yeah, but it's National Fudge Day. So do your thing. If you want to eat some fudge today, go right ahead. Don't eat too much. Too much of anything, I don't care what nobody say, too much of anything is just not good for you. So don't go out there eating too much fudge, then you're going to make yourself sick. And I told you not to. I said it's National Fudge Day. I didn't say go out there and go overboard. All right, so let's get on with our horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen for today, Tuesday, June the 16th, 2020, baby. We moving. Listen, time is moving right along. You know, time stands still for no one at all, not even us. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Aries, talk to others about your plans. You need to be in a leadership position. Your need to be in a leadership position will help you surpass any rivals you may encounter. Organize your day to avoid setbacks that may ignite tempers, flare-ups. Listen, organize your day, Aries, so you don't have to worry about getting pissed off. That's pretty much what it's saying. Organize your day. You see, if you even get an inkling that somebody's in a bad mood, go in the other direction. You don't want to have any temper flare-ups. Plus, you got work. You don't want to have all that crap at work. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Taurus, you're in the mood to get out and visit friends. Romance will develop through work. You will have the discipline and the fortitude to accomplish what you want today. Listen, when you got discipline and fortitude, anything can happen. Let me tell you about that. Anything you think can happen if you got discipline and fortitude. Most of the time, people don't have those two things. I struggle with discipline. Like my discipline levels, they're pretty good. But for the most part, they could be better. There's always room for improvement. Gemini, moves or possibilities of having someone different living with you may be difficult at first, but be careful that you don't overextend yourself. Problems with your mate will develop if you don't let them have their way. Okay, so somebody's acting spoiled today, Gemini. You just may want to let them have their way if you don't want the problems to escalate. Now, here's the thing. What are they asking you for? Because at the other end of the spectrum, if they're asking for something stupid, tell them no. Let it escalate all it want to escalate. And I'm just kidding. Handle your business the way you want to handle it, Gemini. That's just me talking. Handle your business. I ain't even in it. I'm just telling you. Cancer. Valuable information can be yours if you listen to those with experience. Sudden changes regarding your circle of friends could prove interesting and stimulating. Advancement can be yours if you put your efforts into work and work-related matters. Listen here. Valuable information can be yours if you listen to those with experience. And you could have some sudden changes in your social circle, Cancer, that's going to be interesting and stimulating. I don't know what that means, but it could be good. And you can advance. You can advance at work, but you got to put the effort in. You got to put the work in. You can't advance nowhere, Cancer, if you don't put the work in. Leo, you will have to be careful not to let infatuations with colleagues get out of hand. You should not be concerned with coworkers who insist on spreading rumors. Problems with colleagues are likely. Listen, stay away from the troublemakers. Listen, Leo, you got some folks, they just like nonsense. They like nonsense, and now they want to pull you into that nonsense. Stay away from them people. If you know they like nonsense, listen, fall back. Tell them, listen, I don't want to hear it. Keep it to yourself. Some folks just like negativity. Don't let them pull you in today, Leo. Don't do it. Don't do it. And as far as that infatuation, listen, I don't know if you want to have that work romance. That could be a mess sometimes. It really could. I had one. I told y'all about it last week. Yes. He was at the front. She was at the back. I was in the middle. We were at work. He was my ex, her new man. But her new man was my ex at my desk every day. I told her, she was like, I'm just calling because I don't want to, I don't want to step on anybody's toes to be disrespectful. She was cool. Like, she handled it like a lady. She called me on the phone. And I was like, listen, tell your new man, my ex, to stay away from my desk. He's here every day at 12 o'clock. She's like, really? I was like, really? She came up to my desk one day. He was standing right there in the same spot. Yeah, and I laughed. I was like, yeah, I told you. So that work romance, I don't know about that one. Virgo, put your time and energy into travel, philosophy, and soul searching. Relax and enjoy what you've accomplished when you're finished. Sit back. Yeah, Virgo, travel, energy, all that good stuff. Let me tell you something. I was gonna go to Arizona for my birthday. I don't know why I decided not to go. Probably because I had to go like a week later. I had to speak at Podfest in Orlando. But my goal was to go to Arizona for my birthday so I can relax and re-energize, because I love positive energy. I don't like negativity. I don't like all that stuff around me. And so I was like, I'm gonna go and because it was still New Year's, so I still had the resolutions going on and all that stuff. And I was gonna go and relax in Arizona. I wanted to go to Sedona. What made me want to go to Sedona? I saw this movie called Sedona, and I was like, I want to go visit Sedona. But they were saying the energy in Sedona is so amazing and out there. And I was like, I need to go out there and get that. I need to get that. Because I love good energy. That's why I'm always working on mine. And when I feel funky energy, I go in a new direction. Like, no, sir. You're not going to drop that junk on me. I will go in another direction. Go lock up in my room. Go to the library. I used to go to the bookstore. That used to be my energizing place, Barnes & Noble. But since Corona is still floating around, she need to go away. I haven't been. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thias. And you're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. Stay tuned.
Last night we had something. Tonight I'll be guessing. But I don't really have a case. You don't have to mention. You just like their attention. It's written all over your face. I don't wanna play the quiet time when I'm near you. Reading old messages on my phone every time I see you. Tell me, is this part of an act just to keep your image intact? If you think that strategy's smart, I'm not gonna defend my beating heart.
Welcome back, welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. You know, I kind of faded out for a second. I was thinking about my company, and my company is called Noise Media. So for those of you who don't know, at the intro of the show, it always says Noise Media Network. Good Morning Gwinnett is a division of Noise Media. I love podcasts, and so I was sitting here thinking about a new podcast that I'm going to be doing called Global Conversations, and I just launched Impact Marketing. I love this space, y'all, because it allows me to get my point across. It allows me to share great information with people. It allows me to impact small businesses with the marketing part of it. And I was sitting here just thinking about, I don't know what made me just think about it, but I was just thinking about, man, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that I get to do what I love to do. And I didn't even, and I'm not even worried, because before it's like, oh, I got to worry about the money. That's not even an issue anymore. Like, worrying about the money, that's not an issue. So just to get up every day and be able to not only to produce Good Morning Gwinnett, but now I'm going to be co-hosting a show with my good friend, Rudolph Travers. He's down in the D.C. area. He's into politics and all things global economy. He talk about that stuff all the time. We're going to be bringing on an interesting guest from around the world. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff when it comes to Africa and Liberia, because he's from Liberia, but he lives in the D.C. area. He's a politician. He ran for the president of Liberia, and I was the PR public relations liaison between the United States and Liberia when he ran. I also helped him write his first book, and we've done a lot of stuff together over the years, and we've been friends now for a good probably 15 years. We've been friends, and it's just gonna be interesting to see how that show evolves. And then Impact Marketing, there's a couple of other shows, but the thing is, I'm trying to stay within that Monday through Thursday time frame so I can have my weekends free. And so it's working out pretty good. I don't want to overextend myself, but I'm looking forward to that show as well, and Impact Marketing. So Impact Marketing is going to be every Wednesday at 2:30. That's my marketing show. I'm just giving a tip about marketing, because listen, you got to remember, I've been doing this for 23 years. So I have a lot to unpack and share, and I still learn new stuff all the time, because I like to learn, especially when it comes to business and marketing. All right, let's pick it up with Libra. You are best to get out of the house today. Offer consolidation. You are best to get out of the house today. Offer consolations, but don't give them any directions. Yes, you can meet new and exciting friends who will provide mental stimulation. Okay, some mental stimulation going on there. That's sexy, y'all. It is sometimes, all the time. Scorpio, be sure to think twice before you say something that might hurt your partner's feelings. You can expect to have some problems with skin, bones, or teeth if you haven't taken proper care of them. You will probably have to defend your mate. Now listen here. Listen, be careful what you say out of your mouth today, Scorpio, because whatever you say, you can't take it back. If you say something that's going to hurt your partner's feeling, you can say sorry all day long, but if it hurts somebody's feeling, you can't take that stuff back. And that's what I try to tell people. Like, think about what you say, because what you say could hurt someone's feelings. And the sad thing about that, even if you say I'm sorry, you can't take it back. And people hold on to stuff for years, for lifetimes. So if you say something out your mouth that you know you can't get back, yeah, I don't know how you're going to fix that. Because I'm telling you, if it's hurtful, it's not going to be forgotten. It won't be forgotten. And that's a sad thing, but it's sad. My brother said to me one time, he said, and I didn't even know he was talking about, but obviously whatever my actions were, it said something to him. He's like, oh my God, you hold grudges forever. And I was like, what are you talking about? So obviously somebody hurt me, and I did not get over it, and I must have done something that he saw. I don't think it was him. I think it was somebody that he knew, and they must have asked me to do something. And I probably said no, knowing me. And he was like, oh my God, you hold grudges forever. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I don't even know what it was at that point. But yeah, people don't forget that stuff. And it's, it's sad, but it's true. I tried to deal with it, but once you lie to me or you hurt me, that's pretty hard. Sagittarius, try to be tolerant of moods of those around you. Social get-together will bring you in contact with intelligent new friends. Financial difficulties may be worrying to you. All right, so get around some new friends that's socially intelligent, and don't worry so much about the finances. Write out what you want, write out what your goals are, and submit that to the universe. That's what I do. Now, here's the thing. It may not work for you because you got to believe. Without belief, nothing happens. So if you believe that these things are going to change, they'll change. Capricorn, overindulgence could cause problems for you with your loved ones. You don't like confrontations at best of times. However, you may find them difficult to avoid. Don't let your emotions interfere with your efficiency. Listen, I know you don't like Capricorn. I know you don't like confrontations. Here's the thing. Then stay away from them. My thing is, I'm going to always be like, so I'm not the most diplomatic person in the world, but here's what I do, right? I look at the situation, and I don't like confrontations either, because I feel like that brings bad energy. You know what I'm saying, Cap? Confrontations bring bad energy, especially if you hold on to that energy forever. I have learned. I had a friend one time, and she told me, because I was kind of pissed off at a lot of people because they didn't support my business. And she said to me, she said, I went to her because, she had went to someone in her family who was a multimillionaire, and she was trying to get her book done. She had written a book, and she did a fundraiser. And I remember being at the fundraiser, everybody chipped in. So the person that was in her family, I'm talking about directly in her family, gave her like $100. He was a multi-millionaire. I think she was trying to raise like $4,000. He could have easily given her that, right? But he didn't. He gave $100 like most of the people in the room. And she was hurt. And so I remember going to her, and I remember saying, when it was my time, because I went to people and said, hey, these are my family and friends. I need you to pre-order this doll so we can go to Hong Kong and get the doll made. $59. And people would not support that. And I was hurt because I support everybody, right? And I didn't talk to a lot for a year, and they didn't even realize I wasn't talking to them, because they would call and I would be nice, but I ain't hold conversations really long. They just thought I was busy with the company. I just didn't want to talk to them. And it started to eat away at me. Like, they didn't care that I was going through something. It started to eat away at me. So I went to my friend. I said, hey, she's also a pastor. I said, listen, I need to know what to do about this situation. And she said to me, she said, listen, Audrey, you have to forgive people and move on, because as long as you hold on to that resentment, that anger, that frustration, you block your blessings. Not their blessings, you block your blessings. And so because you have some kind of animosity towards them, you holding some kind of ought against them, you're blocking your own blessings. And what I've learned over the years is that when you hold on to stuff, people have gone on about their business and you still holding on. I really want to say the other word, but I'm going to say stuff. You hold on to stuff. People have gone on about their business. They don't give a crap about what you're feeling. They're not even thinking about it. It's not even on their radar. And you're holding on to pain and anger and madness. And they've gone on about their business. It's only hurting you. And that's what she said to me. She said, you're blocking your blessings because you're the one holding on to that stuff. They're not holding on to it. So I've learned from that experience, I learned to cleanse my energy, not hold on to a whole lot of crap. Now, some things I hold on to. But for the most part, I don't hold on to the point where it's eating away at me. It's just in the back of my mind. For the most part, I'll be nice listen, hi, how you doing? Hey. And I know they've hurt me. Right? I'm not holding, but here's how you learn how to deal with people. You learn how to deal with people where they are. So keep that in mind, Capricorn. Don't hold on to stuff. Learn how to deal with people where they are. Hey, keep moving. That's me all the time. I'm going to keep it moving. Hey, I'm going to be nice. As long as you're nice to me, I'm going to be nice to you. Now, if you did something to hurt me, do I trust you? Absolutely not. No way. Aquarius, someone close to you may need help. You may have taken on a little too much, but you will enjoy every minute of it. You will easily charm members of the opposite sex. Okay, Aquarius, throw on the charm, baby. Throw on the charm. Yes. All right. And my fellow fish, Pisces, join groups of humanitarian nature. Don't let your family put demands on you. Think before you act. All right, fish. Go out there and do some humanitarian work, but think before you act. Think before you act. All right, so that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. Now let's get on to some news you could use. I know the horoscopes are long today, right? Because I got a lot of stories. I got another story to tell y'all. I'm full of stories this morning, but this one, the one I'm gonna tell you later, is crazy, and it kind of freaked me out when it first happened. But anyway, let's get on to this news. So listen, apparently there are a lot of people who have not claimed their stimulus money, and it's gonna go away October the 15th. And I could tell you for a fact that there are people who don't even know how to go on and sign up for the no-filer tool. They don't know how to use it online and then there are some people who don't even know they need to use it online. So what happened was, how I found out about this, I had a friend, she was telling me that her husband had went online, he did the no-filer tool because he gets Social Security. So my mom and my uncle were waiting for, their stimulus payment. Like, when our stimulus payment coming? And so I was like, well, because they said they didn't have to do anything. Even in this article, it says you don't have to do anything, right? That's not true. My mom and my uncle were waiting, and nothing happened. And then my friend told me about her husband who was on Social Security. He went online, he filled out this thing on this no-filer tool, and he was able to get this stimulus money, the $1,200. And so I had to do that for my mom and uncle. As soon as I did it, 3 days later, they had the money. But I would not have done that had I not known, because the news were saying if you get Social Security and you were already in the system, you didn't have to do that. That's not true. Until I did that for my mom and uncle, they didn't receive a dime. And so I would have thought that they would have been the first people to receive, because they are getting money from Medicare and Social Security. But that's not the case. And so if you know someone who's elderly, they're on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, any of those things, check with them and see have they gotten the $1,200. If they have not, chances are they need to go onto the IRS site and fill out that non-filer tool. Use a non-filer tool to file. It was a very short little tool. All you need is the name of the person, the date of birth, the Social Security number, the address, bank account information, and the government is going to send that money. I did that for my mom and my uncle on a Friday. They had the money like on a Wednesday. The following Wednesday. But had my friend not told me that, they would have still been waiting, because the news was saying if you get Social Security or Medicare or whatever, Medicaid, you don't have to do that. Well, they didn't get money until I did that. And so October the 15th is going to be the cutoff. Anyone who did not receive that money will not receive that money. So right now, there are a lot of people who did not get the stimulus money who probably could really use it. They said it's about 12 million low-income people who are about to miss out on this money. So if you know somebody who have not gotten the money, help them get the money. They probably need the money. Help them out. Because they could probably use the money. And so by law, individuals who don't make $12,200, they don't have to file a tax, so they can go on and use a non-filer tool online at the IRS. I did it for my mom and uncle. They're both elderly, both on Social Security, and they were able to get the money. So right now, if you know somebody, help them out. Don't let the money just go back. They could probably use the money. They don't need it, one thing, but if they do need it, yeah. And they're saying things like non-filers are those who receive Social Security. That's not true. Railroad retirement people, supplemental security income, or veterans pensions, they're not required to submit the online form. I'm telling you, my mom and my uncle get Social Security, both of them, and until I told them about that non-filer tool, that money was not coming to them. So people are thinking that they don't have to do it, and they do need to do it. So make sure to help somebody out with that, because that money is sitting there and it's going to go away October the 15th. So, and there's a lot of people who could probably use the money who just sitting there waiting for the money to come, and they really should go online and do that tool. I was told this, so I want to make sure I share that with you guys so you can go and help somebody. Like elderly people don't know how to use a computer. A lot of them, let me not say everybody, but a lot of them don't know how to go on the IRS.gov site and figure out how to do all this stuff. It's a little technical. So help them out. Go on and help them out and get the information. Now, here's the thing, elderly people. Don't trust everybody with your bank account information. Don't do that. Only trust people you trust. Like my uncle tell you quick, I don't trust nobody but you. He tell me that quick all the time. And I have access to everything, but he knows I'm good for it. I'm not going to touch his stuff. You know what I'm saying? So help the person out. But listen, if you are the person who need the help, be mindful that there are some snakes out there. So just be mindful of that, okay? All right. Here's another thing that's finally about to happen. So small and mid-sized businesses are finally getting some help from the federal government, from the Federal Reserve. They have a program called the Main Street Lending Program. Small businesses have been struggling since this whole corona thing hit, like a lot of them. Like there are people who did not, who were not approved for the PPP. There are people who did not get like EIDL, I think it is, which is a program that's part of the program comes from the SBA. The other part, you're supposed to get that money. Like I filled out for that, and I got a notice the other day saying that even though I couldn't get the loan because I don't have employees, I could possibly still get that money. So I'm waiting to see if I'm going to get it. under my business, but I was not in a position to get the PPP because I don't have like employees. Like I have a person that works with me, but like full-time employees, I don't have those. Like, so there are a lot of businesses who are struggling. Now, under some of those programs like the PPP, that loan is forgiven. Under this new program, the Main Street Lending Program, you could probably apply for it, but you have to pay it back. So that is not a forgiven loan. So you're going to have to pay that one back. So just be cognizant of that, because once you get that loan and use that money, you need to make sure that you have income coming in to pay that money back, because you're going to have to pay for it. This loan is unforgivable. It's not forgivable like the PPP. PPP stands for Paycheck Protection Program. The Paycheck Protection Program is forgivable. This Main Street program is not forgivable. You're going to have to pay that money back. So make sure if you get the money that you're in a position to pay it back. So that means you need to get the money, pump up your sales so you can get the sales running in the door so you can pay the money back. All right? Because you don't want to get the money and then owe the government money. So that's all I'm saying. You don't want to do that. All right? All right, listen, we're going to go to another song. I'll be right back after this song to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
I know it don't show, but I'm falling. Cigarette smoke, sick from drinking. Baby, don't think I will save you, but I'll tell you the things we can do if you give in. There is nothing to be broken. Hear this moment. Don't let me think back, give me what I need. Just wanna forget, don't need time to breathe. Two hearts pumping blood, beating up for fun. Caress my bruises, don't wanna go deep. Do it again and again, babe. No matter if we come clean. Tomorrow is soon, we'll be strangers. It's so easy and free in this dark, warm oasis. There is nothing to be broken. Hear this moment. Don't let me think back, give me what I need. Just wanna forget, don't need time to breathe. Two hearts pumping blood, beating up for fun. Caress my bruises, don't wanna go deep. Don't let me think back, give me what I need. Just wanna forget, don't need time to breathe. Two hearts pumping blood, beating up for fun. Caress my bruises, don't wanna go deep. Do it again and again, babe. No matter if we come clean. Don't let me think back, give me what I need. Just wanna forget, don't need time to breathe. Two hearts pumping blood, beating up for fun. Caress my bruises, don't wanna go deep. Don't let me think back, give me what I need. Just wanna forget, don't need time to breathe. Two hearts pumping blood, beating up for fun. Caress my bruises, don't wanna go deep.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So as of yesterday, child, they were still counting the ballots here in Gwinnett County. I'm just shaking my head. Like, we have to make sure that this is taken care of by November, because I think this is crazy. The election was last Tuesday, And as of yesterday, they were still counting votes. Here's the thing. Here's the problem. I don't think they thought so many mail-in ballots was going to get mailed in. But considering the state of affairs that we're in right now with the coronavirus, of course, we mailed in ballots at my house because I'm like, well, I'm not going out there to the polls. So I wanted to make sure I got my vote and that my vote was counted. But here's the thing. I don't even know if my vote was counted yet because they are still counting ballots. They say Gwinnett received 86,563 mail-in ballots. More than they've ever received before by mail. That is crazy. That is crazy. And so that's the problem. But we want to make sure, because I heard every Tuesday morning the Atlanta Black Chamber does a conference call with all the members. And this morning we had a health report that come on, and I got to share this with you guys because this is relevant to where I'm going. He did the health report this morning, and the health report said that people, they have discovered that people who take like anything with Pril at the end, that could be one of the contributing factors to death when it comes to the coronavirus. Anybody taking ibuprofen and all these other things. Now listen, this is not me talking. I'm not a medical professional. This is just news that I heard this morning. So, there are people who said, I'm not going out there because I don't want to go to the polls because I don't know who has what. And it's expected that come September, October, the coronavirus is going to get worse. Like I was just looking at the news last week, and Miami was talking about how they opened up the beaches. Now they may have to close them back down because so many people in Florida have contracted the coronavirus. So now they're afraid they opened up too soon, but that's what they were saying. So now you got all these people, and Gwinnett County has the most cases in the state of Georgia for coronavirus. So you have to be careful. But so a lot of people felt that way, so they mailed in their ballots. Come September, October, I'm hearing in the news and from medical professionals that this thing is going to be worse because we're going to have the flu, and the third phase of this is going to happen. So we're going to probably have to mail in ballots again. That's the point I was trying to get to. Come November, if it's bad, if it's keep getting bad, and it's getting better, it's not getting better because people are out there. Just imagine going to Florida to get on the beach and then you can't because it's closed down because it's so many cases of coronavirus. Well, that's where we are right now. I just had a friend who just bought a condo in Florida. She was so excited, but you got the condo. She probably won't really be able to hang out at her condo because it's the coronavirus all everywhere. So anyway, I said all that to say, come November, the election is coming. A big election. It's probably one of the biggest one of my lifetime. We need to make sure that all this stuff with the ballots and machines getting it set up properly and the delivery system in place, all these things need to be in place like right now. Like go ahead, put things in place so when November the 4th comes, everybody can go to the ballot and go to the polls and vote. They don't need to be running around trying to figure out what precinct they're at because on this sheet my name is here and on that sheet my name is there. None of that. So when I voted last year and I forgot what I was voting for, there was a young lady in line. She was pregnant. She was way out there. She had to be seven months pregnant. She might have been 8 months. She was way out. It was hot. And she was like, oh my God, I have been to Winder. She said, I went to the Winder, to Duluth, now I'm back in Lawrence because they gave her all this misinformation about where she's supposed to vote at. And I said to her, I said, listen, baby, because I had to put my old lady hat on. I'm not an old lady, but, I got to put the mature thing on. So listen, honey, they don't want you to vote. So that's why they're giving you so much trouble. She's like, but I'm tired. I said, I know. But let me tell you something. You got to cast that vote no matter what because your life could depend on it. She says, okay. I had to tell her that. You have to vote. Because she was getting discouraged. And I can imagine, Winder is where she was. Winder is at least 25, 30 minutes from where she was this time. So she had been to 3 different polling places. All of this stuff needs to be in place before November. Before November. So here's what you need to do. Make sure that you have the proper ID. Make sure that your registration is up to date. Make sure you're in the system. Make sure you know what polls your precinct you're supposed to go vote at. If you're not going to vote, make sure you do whatever you're supposed to do to get the mail-in ballot because we had to fill out something. They sent us something in the mail. They requested the mail-in ballot. Then we got the mail-in ballot. And had they not extended the date, I think we would have gotten it late because it was like, I think the original date was like something May 9th. We got the ballot like a week before. It was crazy stuff like that. So we had to hurry up and rush and it was crazy stuff. We got it like really like the week before May 9th, but they had extended the election to June 9th. So that's why we were able to get it in on time. But you got to make sure all this stuff is in place. because this is a very, 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 very important election. So you have to make sure that your vote counts. But it can't count if you don't vote. So Gwinnett is still counting ballots from last Tuesday. It's Tuesday again. They're still counting ballots. And here's the problem. They didn't expect this many ballots to come in. So I challenge the commissioners and everybody involved who's involved with this whole voting thing to make sure that we're going to be prepared come November, because chances are we're going to be in the same position. If the flu season kicks in November and we still got coronavirus floating around, which we do, chances are there's going to be a lot more mail-in ballots, more than the 86,000 that was mailed in this time for the primary. If this was a record for primary, can you imagine what it's going to be for the general election? Think about that for a second. If we got 86,000 ballots mailed in, over 86,000 for a primary, what the freak is the general election going to look like? Because there are a lot of elderly people who should not be out in crowds because they are compromised when they go out in crowds. So we have to make sure that the elderly, that we fill out their ballots for them, we get them in the mail. All of those things are important. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after this song to give you more of the rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
Something to buy, yeah. Set the potato, boy, sunlight that always stays, dinner by the waterway. It's that sweet life. Raise your cross. Made some dude crack a smile. He asked if I could stay a while. I'm living that high life. Time to catch a flight, but you can make me go. Unlocking all the memories of my new home. Ventilated echoes playing to and fro, back and forth, yeah. Caught some kids dancing in the alleyway. Crazy how the melodies began to play, yeah. Tell me how you feeling when you hear the lyric, yeah. My heart's in Stockholm. Now I never wanna go home. I left my heart in Stockholm. Now I never wanna go home. Shopping the girl, I brought a girl on my Vespa. She said I already told ya, yeah. I never dated a black guy. I said you're brown yourself. Let me offer help. Come on inside, where everybody knows your name. Everybody knows your name. Time to catch a flight, but you can make me go. Unlocking all the memories of my new home. Ventilated echoes playing to and fro, back and forth, yeah. Caught some kids dancing in the alleyway. Crazy how the melodies began to play, yeah. Tell me how you feeling when you hear the lyric, yeah. My heart's in Stockholm. Now I never wanna go home. I left my heart in Stockholm. by the waterway. It's that sweet life, sweet life, sweet life. I never wanna go home, go home. I'm living in Stockholm, Stockholm. I never wanna go home, go home. I'm living in Stockholm, Stockholm. I never wanna go home, go home. I'm living in Stockholm, Stockholm. Yeah. Shut up, I got the bed,
Welcome back, y'all. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you a daily rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So, the public libraries, Gwinnett Public Libraries, will be open back up on Monday, June 22nd. They're still going to have curbside pickup, which will be available at the branches. They will also open this at the same hours, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturdays, and from noon to 5 p.m. on Sundays. Not everything is going to be available, though. Like, there are some things at certain branches that will not be available. So if you go there, certain things are going to be closed. Like learning labs, meeting and conference rooms, quiet rooms will remain closed. So don't go there expecting you're going to get that. Also, it's going to be limited time that you're going to have on the computer. So if you sign up for a computer, you're only going to get that 1 hour, and you can not renew that hour. So don't go there thinking that as well, because right now they're not back to usual, not back to normal, because it's we're trying to get back to some kind of normal. So it's not normal working. It's going to not be a normal working library like it normally is. So if you're thinking about going to the library, yes, you can go 10 to 5. Yes, you can go on the weekends. Here's the thing. You would not have access to the learning labs. You would not have access to meeting, conference room, and quiet rooms. They're all going to be closed. If you want to get on the computer, you can get on the computer, but you're only going to get an hour. And once that hour is up, you cannot renew. Normally, you can renew for an hour because some people want to be on there for hours. Now, here's the thing, though. If nobody's there waiting, chances are you can probably get back on. But some people may not be there waiting. They may be saying, you know what, I'm not really... I'm not going to go there and spend time at the library because there may be people there. But if nobody's waiting, you probably will. But if people are waiting, just know that you won't get a chance to renew. Also, the library staff will be wearing masks and gloves. So you're urged to wear gloves and masks. Well, masks, not gloves. You're urged to wear those things. Not mandatory, but you're urged to. And here's the reason why you should, because the coronavirus is still out there. Just thought I'd throw that part out there. It's still there. And so you want to wear your mask as you can. Now, I forgot yesterday. I went out yesterday and I forgot my mask. I freaked out for a second. I was like, oh, Lord, I can't freak out. I'm here already. And I got a carload of masks, right? But I had to eat. I went to eat. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to take it off anyway to eat. But anyway, be careful. Snellville is saying no 4th of July fireworks. Oh, that breaks my heart. Even though I just do, when I go to the fireworks, I hardly ever get out the car. Like, I've been going to the fireworks for almost 7 years. This year would be my 7th year, as long as I've been in Georgia. And for some strange reason, we always went on the 4th of July, which is in Snellville. And I live in Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville does theirs on July 3rd, but I think I've gone one time on July 3rd. I always go on July 4th. But it's so hot. So I'm like, I'm not getting out the car. It's a lot of people. It's hot. So I'll sit in the car and we'll sit there and we'll watch the fireworks from the car. Last year, we actually got out the car and walked around. It was hot, though. It was still hot. It was hot. We walked around. We bought popcorn and stuff like that. We had our chairs. We had a great time. No fireworks this year for the 4th of July. Nope. Snellville saying they're not canceling. They're postponing their fireworks from the 4th of July to September the 5th. That's one of my godchildren's birthday. I always get them mixed up. I got a godson and a goddaughter, and one is the 5th and one is the 4th of September, and I always get them mixed up. But anyway, the fireworks is going to be September the 5th in Snellville, so hopefully by then this thing is under control and I can go and enjoy it. I'm like a big kid, y'all. Even when I was in Jersey, I went to the fireworks. We would go to Ridgedale Park in South Orange and watch the fireworks. I have always gone to the fireworks. I love the fireworks. They do the same thing every year, and I still go. I'm a big kid at heart. For all of you who don't know, I am a big kid at heart. Like, I like going to arcades. I do. I'm a big kid. I like playing spades. I'm a big kid at heart. But anyway, so the fireworks is not canceled. It is just postponed. And the reason they're doing that is because there are a lot of people that show up to the fireworks. A lot of people. I'm talking about thousands of people show up to and it's hot. So people are, not only do they show up, they're sweating, they're walking, they're eating. And so all of that body fluids floating around. Yeah, that's not too safe. So you want to be safe as possible. So they're not canceling it. They are just postponing it to September. So we have to do our own fireworks in our backyard somewhere. I'm not doing that, though, because I'm always afraid that the fireworks is going to catch fire on the trees because it's so hot. But I'm sure that the blocks are going to be lit up because they're lit up on a regular day. So the fact that we don't have a fireworks going on anywhere near us, I'm sure there's going to be tons of fireworks all over the place. So I don't even know where to get fireworks from. But anyway, that's the deal with the fireworks. All right, so that's all I got for you today, y'all. I'll be back again tomorrow, but let's go to my last song. And then I'm going to come back and give you my inspiration for the day. And this was a good one. I thought yesterday was a good one, and this is a good one too. So stay tuned.
You know
welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for today. But before I go, I want to give you my words of inspiration. I got to tell y'all how I got this word of inspiration for today. So normally I don't wake up looking at my phone. But I woke up this morning at 6:13. My clock goes off at 6:30, but I woke up at 6:13. Now, I've been waking up at 6:13, and I've been seeing 6:13 all over the place. So when I looked at the clock and it said 6:13, of course, I had to get my phone and say, okay, I got to see what this means. Why I keep seeing this number? And it was something really cool. But anyway, there was some kind of notification that popped up for LinkedIn, and I looked at the LinkedIn notification, and there was a story there. So about back in probably January, I think it was January or February, I had a dream. I was a little girl, and people that know me really know me. They've heard me say this before. Like, I love Victorian houses for some strange reason. I don't know why, right? When I moved to North Carolina a few years ago, we moved into a Victorian. It was huge, a huge old Victorian. It was raggedy. I love that house so much. I wish I could have picked it up and brought it with me. We moved in. We tried to renovate it and all that stuff. It was crazy. It was a mess. But I love Victorians. And I could be driving down the street and I could see a Victorian. I just want to stop and go inside a Victorian. When I lived in Jersey, I went to Thomas Edison house. I used to live in West Orange, New Jersey. And so did Thomas Edison. He lived like in West Orange, New Jersey, where I lived at, right? He lived in what was called Llewellyn Park. And I got a chance to go inside of his house. And it was amazing because it was a humongous Victorian. I'm talking about, and I was like, this is gorgeous. So I always joke around that in my past life, I was a rich white woman, right? And I must have had a Victorian house, and I must have had horses because I love horses. And I have no idea why I love horses and Victorian houses. But anyway, I had a dream back in, I think it was either January or February, about me being a little girl, and my grandfather had like a huge Victorian house, and I could see him as plain as day. And I was playing in the yard. I had on like a little white dress, and I'm like, so I'm telling my husband, like, yeah, I said he was rich. Like, my grandfather was this rich man, and I said, his name was like, I said he was a black man. He was rich, and was something else in the dream. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, he got killed in my dream. So in my dream, he got murdered. And people was having a fit because he got murdered in my dream, and we were crying, and he was a rich man. And so I went and I Googled rich black men in the 1900s, and his name came up that were murdered. That's what I put, that were murdered. Cal Johnson name came up, right? And when I saw the picture, I'm like, that's the man in my dream. Cal Johnson was in my dream. He didn't get murdered, but he was a rich black man. Who started out, like, you got to go read the story on Google. He used to take people who have died in the war, and he would transport the bodies back to the families. That was his job. He was a free slave, and so he became rich because he had a racing track. He had like a bar or something. He had like all these different real estate businesses. He had all these different businesses. And I was telling my husband, I'm reading this stuff, like, I was like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. In Knoxville, Tennessee. So we were like, okay, we're going to go to Knoxville. I was like, I got to go to Knoxville. I need to know why this man was in my dream. Fast forward. So we didn't get a chance to go to Knoxville because right when we were planning to go, Corona hit. So, because we were going to take that drive. That's like a 4-hour drive from here. I was like, I got to go to Knoxville. I need to know why I had this dream. Fast forward today. I get this notification to get on LinkedIn. I get on LinkedIn, and here's the story about Cal Johnson. I'm like, so 6:13, Cal Johnson, all crazy. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, why? He was in my dream. Now he's in my LinkedIn feed. I feel like it's trying to tell me something. And I feel like what the universe is trying to tell me has everything to do with Good Morning Gwinnett. Because I still have some things that I'm struggling with right now when it comes to the show. And I believe that that's what it is. It's something related to that. But anyway, I got my quote of the day because I was on LinkedIn and I had to read the Cal Johnson story again. And Damon John had put up a word of inspiration. It was a really good word. And so I had to tell you the story first so you can figure out how I got the word for the day. He was telling the story, and he gave a word of the day. So his inspired word for the day was this. And this is my inspiration for the day for you to move forward and for you to think about this. He said, and I don't know if he made this up or if he got it from somewhere, but I was like, I'm going to say that on the show today because I thought that was pretty good. The word of inspiration for the day is this. Be inspired by the success of others, not intimidated by it. Let me say it again. Be inspired by the success of others, not intimidated by it. When I read that, I was like, I have to say that as my inspiration for the day. Because here's the thing, people. A lot of times we look at other people and what they're doing, and we compare ourselves, and then we are let down. We don't reach the level of success that we think we should based on those people. You don't know what they had to go through to get to that level. You don't know the trials, the tribulations, the headache, the sacrifices they had to make to get to that level. You may not even be strong enough to go through some of the stuff that they went through to get to that level. So don't be intimidated by it. Be inspired by it. Don't try to be in competition with them. You know what I mean? Just look at what they're doing, pick it apart, take the best of what they have to offer, and then do what you got to do. Put your work in. Put your hard work in. Don't be intimidated. Just be inspired by that. I know so many people who look at everything everybody else is doing, and then they don't get anything doing because they're comparing themselves, or they feel intimidated by the people that they're looking at. Not me. I'm not like that. I'm looking at what you did. What did you do? I'm like, right before the show, I was on it because I told you I'm having some struggles with Good Morning Gwinnett. Not so much with the show itself, but with the company part of it. And I'm on there right before the show. I'm like, okay, now should I turn this into a news site? Right? So if that's the case, let me go look and see what other news sites did. Because I'm not intimidated by people's success. I'm always inspired. That's why I tell you guys so many stories on here. Because I'm inspired by stories. Like, stories inspire me. Like on Sundays, if I'm not watching Hallmark, I'm watching something on YouTube or something on a documentary that's going to inspire me, because that inspires me and it motivates me. It triggers things in my head. It gives me things to think about. It gives me new ideas. That's what you need. Don't be intimidated. You want to be inspired by these stories. Don't try to push yourself to be like that person. Take what they did to become successful and use it for yourself, right? You don't have to copy them, but take what you need. Put the rest away. That's my inspiration for the day. I thank you, Damon John. I put on his little thing. I'm gonna share this today because Damon is cool. Like, I was watching Shark Tank last night. I love Shark Tank. Like, if I ain't watching Hallmark or business stuff, I'm only looking for something to be inspired. So I love The Prophet. I love anything business. Let me just say that. Anything business, entrepreneur, I love it. I could go. I got in my on-demand feed on my cable. It has a ton of business shows, the brave ones, media, marketing, money. All that's what you're gonna see. The Profit, the Hustle, the Shark Tank. You're gonna see all. That's what's in my feed on my TV, because that's what I watch. I love it. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 59 minutes with me, and I appreciate and love you for that. If you missed any episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and listen to past episodes. I have launched the Impact Marketing Show. I will be putting all of those episodes out. So if you are looking for a way to grow your business, you'll be able to go to Impact Marketing Podcast and check it out. So look for that next week. It'll be up, live, and running. We also have our TV network, Noisemaker TV Network. Noisemaker TV. I'm so excited about that. It's going to be on Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, Roku, and mobile apps. So the whole Noise Media platform is going to be on mobile, y'all. Good Morning Gwinnett has its own separate app by itself, but the whole, because I have other people on there, like In the Doll World is on the network on the podcast side. Dynamic Life is a podcast on the network. Impact Marketing is on there. Good Morning Gwinnett is on there, and I'm gonna be adding 2 more. One is called Boss Chicks, and the other one, I'm not gonna tell you that one yet because I'm kind of thrown up about them. I'm not quite sure if I want to keep that name for that channel, but we're gonna have a channel called Boss Chicks. So if you think you're a boss chick, email me, audrey@newsmedia.us, to find out how you can get your profile on Boss Chicks. So Boss Chicks is a platform where we're going to be accepting profiles for women who run their own business, who, if you feel like you're a boss chick. I have a tattoo on my arm, y'all, called Miss Boss. I got that tattoo when I turned 40 years old, because at that time I was building a boss brand, and I still am. So if you think you're a boss chick and you want to be profiled on the channel, email me, audrey@noisemedia.us, to get more information about that. It is a fee, but it's a very small fee for you to be on 4 TV networks and a podcast network. So, yes, it's going to be TV and podcast. So your profile will not only be on, all of the podcast platforms, it'll also be on the 4 major streaming TV platforms on Noise Media. It's called Boss Chicks TV. So email me, Audrey at noisemedia.us, and find out how to put your 30-minute profile on Noise Media. And when I tell you it's very affordable, it's extremely affordable. But it is limited space, so I got to tell you that as well. So it's limited. All right, that's all I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 o'clock. God willing, thank you so much for listening. If you missed any episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes. Follow me on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Go to the Facebook group and join our Good Morning Gwinnett Facebook group. And follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. I'll be back again tomorrow, God willing. Stay safe, and until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.